Charlotte once said something that many people secretly feel. I feel too much. Her days became a blur. A knot in the stomach turned into sadness. The sadness spiraled into anxiety. And by night, she believed something inside her was broken. But this is not weakness. It is simply the absence of clarity about how the mind and body speak to each other. For thousands of years, philosophers tried to answer this mystery. Aristotle believed emotions guided our choices more than logic. Centuries later, David Hume said, "Feelings shaped morality itself." Even the greatest thinkers could not fully agree. And if they were confused, it makes sense that you sometimes feel lost in your own inner world. Psychology and neuroscience show us a simple truth. Emotions are the raw biological reactions of your body. Feelings are the meaning your mind creates from those reactions. Picture your inner life as the sky. An emotion is a sudden storm, intense and short. A mood is the climate of the week, lingering in the background. A feeling is the word you choose to describe what the sky looks like. Naming these distinctions gives you a map. Without the map, you get lost in the weather of your mind. With the map, you begin to understand yourself. Science confirms what you already feel. Your body reacts before your mind has words. The amygdala scans for danger and fires alarms. Muscles tighten, the heart races, the breath quickens. Only afterward does the prefrontal cortex step in to interpret. This sequence explains why you feel something before you can name it. Say this aloud. My body reacts first, my mind interprets later. Accepting this order softens self-judgment. Instead of thinking something is wrong with you, you see that your biology is working exactly as it should. Here is where anxiety often begins. Imagine your heart racing before a meeting. Biologically, this is an emotion, your body preparing you for challenge. But the moment you label it as danger, the feeling of panic takes control. This is the spiral of anxiety. Researchers have shown that people who are highly sensitive to internal signals often misinterpret them, which makes them more vulnerable to anxiety. Repeat this. A racing heart is energy, not always fear. That single shift in interpretation interrupts the loop and creates choice where panic once lived. To turn theory into practice, use 3 science-based tools that bring clarity back into your day. First, labeling emotions. The problem is staying trapped in raw reactivity, unable to step back. The practice is simple. When you notice a tight chest, a racing heart, or a flushed face, pause for a second. In a calm voice, say the word that best fits. Anger, fear, sadness, joy. If you want, add intensity, like anger 6 out of 10. Say this aloud. I see you, anger. This act of naming shifts activity in your brain, reducing the fire of the alarm system and activating regions that calm. The effect is immediate relief and the sense that you are no longer drowning in the storm. Second, expressive writing. The problem is confusion spinning in your head with no way out. The practice is to give words to what feels chaotic. Set a timer for 3 minutes. Write 3 lines. What happened? What emotion arose? What meaning you attached? When thoughts leave your mind and meet the page, you create distance. The effect is clarity. What felt overwhelming becomes structured, something you can see and work with instead of something that controls you. Third, mood mapping. The problem is losing sight of the bigger climate that shapes your inner world. The practice is gentle. At the end of the day, choose one color and one word for your mood. Then add one or two emotions you felt strongly and a note of context. Over time, this builds a map of your emotional landscape. The effect is that emotions stop feeling random. You begin to notice patterns, to anticipate shifts, and to navigate your inner world with more precision. This skill is called emotional granularity, and it is strongly linked to resilience and well-being. When you apply these practices, something shifts. Emotions stop looking like enemies and start appearing as signals. Feelings stop looking like absolute truths and start becoming interpretations you can reshape. You realize sadness is not weakness, but an invitation to pause. You understand that a racing heart is not always fear, but sometimes energy waiting to be used. You are not broken. You are learning the language of your emotions. And when body and mind speak the same language, trust begins to grow inside you again. If this spoke to you, here is the next step. Your emotions and feelings shape the way anxiety shows up in your life. The patterns are unique to you. That is why I created my quiz. In just 3 minutes, you will discover your personal anxiety profile and the practical step designed for your pattern. Unlock your anxiety profile today and begin the journey from confusion to calm. Click the link in the pinned comment or in the description and take the quiz now.